Good morning, USA.
Yo 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 yo.
Good morning, Charlamagne.
Peace to the planet. It's Friday.
Yes, it's Friday. Good morning.
Not only is it Friday, man. First of all, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you, sir?
I am blessed, black, and highly favored, man. Drop on the clues bombs for life. Drop on the clues bombs for God.
Absolutely.
Happy to be here, man. Not only is it a Friday, this is our last day before holiday break, right? This is our last day before we do a live broadcast again. We won't be back live broadcast until 2023.
That's right.
But this is also our last day
in this studio.
God damn it, could you at least let me build it up? I was going to say this is our last day and what has become an iconic, I think it's safe to say after 13 years, this is an iconic backdrop for a lot of iconic moments.
Correct.
So yes, this is our last day in this studio.
This studio. It's our last day.
Yeah, when y'all see us again in 2023, we will be broadcasting from what we call the Black Mothership.
That's right. We have to pack a lot of this stuff up, and some of the stuff we're donating, some of the stuff we're throwing out, and some of the stuff we are bringing to...
Some of the stuff we bringing.
The Black Mothership.
Few mementos we're going to bring to the Black Mothership. Everything can't go with a few mementos. Yes.
That's right. I'm excited about it, too. Well, I'm excited about the new space, new year, new energy, everything that's going to happen new, because we got a lot to talk about in the new year that's going to happen for the Breakfast Club.
I'm excited about the evolution of the Breakfast Club. I'm excited about the Black Mothership. I'm excited about the rotating guests that we'll be having at the top of the year. I'm excited about the spinoff show that Angela E is starting, Way Up with Angela E, that comes on at 10 a.m. right after the Breakfast Club. So God is good, man. We here.
That's right.
That's right.
Now, today we got a couple of brothers joining us this morning.
Who we got?
All right, we got A Boogie with the hoodie. His album is out today, so we're going to be kicking it with A Boogie.
I saw A Boogie shut things down last night in the city.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did like a concert in the middle of the street or something.
Middle of the street, yeah. His album, Me vs. Myself, is out today, so we're going to be kicking it with A Boogie.
Yep.
And also...
King Kong Consciousness.
Dr. Umar Johnson will be joining us.
King Kong Consciousness. Let me tell you something, man. Dr. Umar was a guest on my late night talk show, A Hell of a Week, on Comedy Central. Bodied the building. Drop on the clues box for Dr. Umar. We talked about Brittany Griner coming home. We talked about T.J. Holmes and Amy Robach's relationship at Good Morning America. And it was great conversation.
Okay.
Great conversation. And this morning... listen, here's the thing. The views expressed by Dr. Umar are Dr. Umar's views, okay?
Not necessarily expressed by the Breakfast Club.
And Dr. Umar, he handles his own work.
That's right.
When he's in a conversation,
yes.
Okay?
So we'll say that
He'll
again.
be throwing alley-oops to himself.
That's right.
He'll be talking a bunch of things, about a bunch of stuff.
So again, the views expressed by Dr. Umar Johnson doesn't necessarily express the views of the Breakfast Club.
But we believe in free speech, you know?
Yes.
As long as said speech isn't dangerous.
Correct.
And hurting anybody.
There you go.
And that's one thing I appreciate about Dr. Umar. Say what you want. Y'all been trying to clown Dr. Umar about not having that school for years. Dr. Umar got that school now.
He does.
I don't know if y'all been paying attention.
Well, we'll talk to him in a little bit.
That's right.
He'll break it down and explain everything.
Because he won't, it's interesting, right? Because he's the person that's been getting clowned for something he so-called wasn't doing, but now that he's doing it, he don't even try to throw it in nobody's face. He just keep doing the work. So I appreciate that. But like you said, we'll talk to him about it.
That's right. Well, let's get into some front page news next. We're going to talk about Brittany Griner. She's home, and we'll give you some details. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. I said Angela Yee. Damn it, man. It's Friday.
Have been doing that for 13 years.
You're right.
So your mouth has a habit. You know what I mean? You need to break the habit that's in your mouth.
Hey, yo.
There's no hey, yo. Break the habit of your mouth, bro.
All right.
Your mouth is used to doing something, and you need to change that habit.
All right, man. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy.
Problem?
We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get into some front page news. Now, Brittany Griner was released yesterday from Russia prison, and everybody's not as happy as you would think. Well, people are upset that they left the Marine there and that she was released, but Biden talks about her being released.
She's safe. She's on a plane. She's on her way home. After months of being unjustly detained in Russia, held under intolerable circumstances, Brittany will soon be back in the arms of her loved ones, and she should have been there all along. This is a day we've worked toward for a long time. We never stopped pushing for her release. It took painstaking and intense negotiations, and I want to thank all the hard-working public servants across my administration who worked tirelessly to secure her release. I also want to thank the UAE for for helping us facilitate Brittany's return. And the fact remains that she's lost months of her life, experienced a needless trauma, and she deserves space, privacy, and time with her loved ones to recover and heal from her time being wrongfully detained.
I mean, yeah. I'm very happy that Brittany Griner is home because it was an unjust sentence, period. You know, the freaking weed pen get you 9 years in prison.
Crazy.
You know, I am extremely happy Brittany Griner is home because it was an unjust sentence, period.
All right. Now, Brittany Griner's wife speaks out, talks about how happy she is.
Today, my family is whole, but as you all are aware, there's so many other families who are not whole. And so BG's not here to say this, but I will gladly speak on her behalf and say that BG and I will remain committed to the work of getting every American home, including Paul, whose family is in our hearts today. As we celebrate BG being home, we do understand that there are still people out here who are enduring what I endured the last 9 months of missing tremendously their loved ones. So thank you everybody for your support. And today it's just a happy day for me and my family. So I'm going to smile right now. Thank you.
Now, when she mentions Paul.
Did Brittany land in America yet? Like, how long is that flight back from Russia?
No, she's back now. Hell yeah, she's back now.
She is?
Yes, she has to be back now.
I just hope they gave her wife time, to get prepared, shave what's important. You know what I mean? It's been a long time.
Yes. Now, she mentioned Paul Whelan. Now, Paul Whelan is a former U.S. Marine arrested on espionage charges in 2018 and sentenced to 16 years in prison 2 years later. Now, Paul Whelan spoke about how disappointed he is, and he's still locked up in a Russian prison.
They've always considered me to be at a higher level than other criminals of my sort. And for whatever reason, I'm treated differently than another individual here from a Western country that's also on a charge of espionage. So even though we're both here for espionage, I'm treated much differently than he is. And my treatment is also much different than others held for espionage at other prisons.
Well, that's expected. He has every right to feel that way. I literally told y'all that yesterday as soon as we reported this story and told y'all that Brittany was coming home, that there was going to be backlash because, they didn't get former U.S. Marine Paul Whelan out. And all those things can be true. Like, you can be extremely happy, for Brittany Griner coming home because it was an unjust sentence, period. But you have to understand where the backlash is coming from over them not getting Paul Whelan out as well. It's common sense. A former U.S. Marine who served America versus a WNBA player. I knew that was going to cause backlash because it looks like America cares more about celebrity than someone who served his country.
Yeah, a lot of people feel, and this is so crazy that we have to say it like this, that the trade
was unfair.
Wasn't a fair trade.
And the merchant of death?
Yeah, the guy that they say funded a majority of these wars out here was let go, and they saying that it wasn't a fair trade.
Caused a lot of death around the world. I understand that. I totally understand it. And I understand why there's backlash. But, you can still, be happy and celebrate the fact that Brittany Griner is home because that is absolutely an unjust sentence. 9 years for a freaking weed pen?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And Paul Whelan has a message to Biden.
I would say that if a message could go to President Biden that, this is a precarious situation that needs to be resolved quickly. And I would hope that he and his administration would do everything they could to get me home, regardless of the price they might have to pay at this point.
Well, they said America was attempting to do 2 for 1, but Russia wasn't budging.
Yeah.
They said America was attempting to get Paul Whelan and Brittany Griner home for the merchant of death, but Russia wasn't budging for whatever reason. They said this was the only trade they was willing to make at this time.
All right. Well, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
I'm dialing. Hey, what you doing, man? I'm dialing. I'm calling you.
This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Good morning, this is Sandra. Oh my God, I can't believe I made it through. I'm so excited to talk to you guys.
Hey, Sandra.
You guys.
Good morning.
You guys, the epitome of Black elite. You guys are great.
Oh, man. Thank you, Sandra.
I just want to get off my chest that I think Biden was wrong for just getting BG out. I think they should have fought harder to get the Marine out. He fought for our country. I mean, it wasn't an even trade. I get it 100%. but I just think he should have fought harder to get both of them out.
I don't disagree. I'm happy BG is home, but I don't disagree.
That's all I had to say. But thank you, guys.
Yes, ma'am.
Love you guys. Have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, good morning, DJ Envy, Charlamagne, my guys. How y'all doing? This is Coach Davis. How's everything?
Hey,
What's up, Coach
Good
Davis?
morning.
How are you?
I'm good, man. Listen, I want to wish y'all a happy holiday, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year, man. It's y'all last day, about to go on y'all break.
Thank you,
I love
King.
it. Mine is next week, you feel me?
Yes, sir.
But listen, I want to say this, man, about Brittany Griner. I really appreciate the fact that she's home. I'm glad that, they had to do what they had to do to get her home and so that she can be with her family, and talking about the backlash, Charlamagne, if you don't like Brittany Griner, say it, you know what I'm saying? But to blame her for the reason that they let go the gentleman who, they call the mass of, what they call him?
The Merchant of Death.
Merchant of Death.
The Merchant of Death. I think that's very ingenuous and wrong, especially, and I love my country, but let's not forget about Ronald Reagan and the Contra affair. You understand what I'm saying? Let's go into history, where we sold arms for hostages, right? Where we funded a whole war with drug money here in this country. So let's not act like, we're going to say, oh, it's Brittany Griner's fault that we let go of the Merchant of Death. Please.
Yeah, I think Brittany Griner is not to blame at all. I mean, Brittany Griner is just a political pawn in all of this. And honestly, honestly, I'm glad she was, because she's home.
Hey, I get it. But you know what? Hey, Envy, I got a beef with you, brother.
Wow, what's up, bro?
I called you a couple days ago. I said, Envy, I need to talk to you about your car show. I'm going to be on hold for a minute. Oh, they had me on hold for 2 hours, bro.
God damn, Envy.
Wow, bro, they were supposed to take your number, give me your number. My bad, bro.
Get the number right now, man.
All right.
No, don't say your number now. If you say it now, the world will have your number. We're going to put you on hold. We're going to get your number right now.
Don't put him on hold for 2 hours. This man got things to do.
I mean, I'm working. Somebody over there will take his number and I'll call you, brother.
Can I give one shout out real quick?
Of course.
I want to give a shout out to my job at Achievement First Linden Middle School. Y'all stand up. Yo, we got 1 week to go and we out of there.
Word.
All right, brother.
All right, King. I want to
have a great holiday, man.
I want to get something off my chest too, man. The Biden administration said yesterday they will not stop working to bring home every U.S. citizen wrongfully detained anywhere in the world. I'm all for that, but don't forget about America, okay? Because during the 2020 campaign, President Biden stated no one should be in jail because of marijuana. As president, I will decriminalize cannabis use and automatically expunge prior convictions. Yes, Joe Biden pardoned thousands for simple possession of weed, but there's nobody in prison on a federal level for simple possession of weed. So how about expunge the criminal records of those with, non-violent weed-related convictions on a federal level and pardon everybody incarcerated for weed on a federal level? That's what can, be done right now with a stroke of a pen. So if you can understand and recognize that Brittany Griner was unjustly, prisoned in Russia for weed, don't forget about the people right here in America.
Yep.
President Biden and the Biden administration.
800-585-1051. Get it off your chest. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Let's go.
This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed. Say it with your chest. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
So if you got something on your mind, let it out.
Hello, who's this?
What's happening? There's Lauderdale. What's up, man?
Lauderdale. Damn. Like the fort?
Don't start, Charlamagne.
What? Like the fort? Like Fort Lauderdale?
Absolutely.
Okay.
This Envy second home.
There you go.
Like
What's going on, brother?
All right, check this out. Just a little short one. That Grinder. I love my people. I'm for my people, but that right there, I wouldn't have made that move. But who am I to say? It's politics, but
let's be for real. If that was you in the same situation as Brittany Griner, you would have wanted them to make that move.
There you go.
Exactly. But it's the truth, though.
Yeah, that is
the truth. But the thing is we making a political move.
No, we're not making nothing. They're making a political move. Russia and America made a political move.
Yeah, but what difference would it made with her coming out? What does it help us as a people? That's not helping us. Because she smoked the marijuana pen and we letting her out.
Well,
what does that benefit us as a black people?
I will say this. I think it's a lot to learn from this situation. And what I will say that I saw was, people galvanized for a cause. People brought attention to something that needed to be, that people brought attention to something that probably would have been ignored if they hadn't, put a magnifying glass on it. And I'll tell you something else. Even in the case of Paul Whelan, bruh, nobody would be talking about Paul Whelan if it wasn't for the Brittany Griner situation.
True.
You know what I mean?
You got a good point. Yeah, you got a great point there. I just hope that everybody, as a people, we start to open our eyes and look at, as a unit, we're better than what we could be with the whole system. So
I agree.
Yeah, I just hope this open our eyes up, man. Y'all have a good one on a good Friday.
I salute everybody who was pushing to get Brittany Griner home from the inside and the outside. You know what I mean? It was a big ground game that, had a lot of conversation around her. The whole We Are BG campaign.
Yep.
They brought attention to it. Absolutely. I'm not mad at it.
Hello, who's this?
DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God, it's OG Rob. Good morning,
OG Rob. What's happening, King?
Ain't nothing, man. Blessed to be here. You know what I'm saying? Life is good. How y'all brothers feeling this morning,
Blessed,
man?
black, and highly favored, King.
Good, bro. You got some balls for us?
You already know, but listen, real quick, you already know. I just want to send y'all some positive energy, man, and big blessings moving forward with the show. I know y'all implementing a few new things and co-hosts and all that. Just want to let y'all know, man, I'm riding with y'all, man,
Yes, sir.
So listen. It's bar time,
Let's
man.
Go, bar time.
We got to do this the right way, man. Set this off, man. I say,
Freestyle Friday, let's go.
All right, you heard many styles before, but this is Brooklyn in its rarest form, letting it be known what I'm here for. Too many wanna be MCs in that dope spot. Time to eliminate, increasing my odds off every shot. I was born with it. True student, I keep a pen and pad, so when they hand check, they get crossed out, and I'm off the glass. Gotta keep spitting in post. I feel a buzz coming. Kiss that, I see you out here working. I ain't frontin'. Double back on them to make sure that the job done. Sitting on that next block waiting outside the steakhouse. I call shots that made me a boss watching them laid out. They say it's simple math till you do it and gotta figure it out. That's why I'm steady building so numbers secure the money route. I'm serious. It's not for play. Check out my melody. Each verse is like a body of peace for my third felony. Could put me behind a wall somewhere. Attica, Sing Sing, case closed, locking it down. Watch what this money bring. Best style all through my veins. I'm just what Brooklyn is. Cruising through your city is tour time like the circle line. In the zone can't be stopped. Screaming city is mine. OG.
Ooh, I got some bars, OG.
Let's go,
I'm
baby.
feeling a little under weather because my coworker here, man, he doing me dirty. So I'm gonna sing a little bit, all right?
Okay, let's go. I'm with you.
What do you do when your coworker's untrue?
What?
Do you cut the sucker off and find someone new? I need another coworker.
What?
In my life. Let me do. Remember when you said you would die for me?
What's wrong with you, bro?
Charlamagne, it was just lies to me.
You got a problem.
Should have never said bye to me. Now you cry for me, like Jodeci.
That's
It's
why
like
Logan-
that, y'all. Charlotte trap from the back, y'all.
That's why your son think you gay, bro.
Black nasty and mad fat, y'all.
I am not black and nasty.
Should have
or mad
seen
fat.
that hoe. Pack your bag, you out the door.
Wow. So I guess it's my turn, huh?
Gotta go now.
I'm everlasting. I can go on for days and days with rhyme displays. We here on our last day. I can take a phrase that's rarely heard, flip it like envy flips birds. By birds, I mean penis. Yeah, I mean this penis.
What? Well, hey, well, you know how we do, man. Listen, the ciphers, man, it's classic. We're gonna move the ciphers forward, man. Listen, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all enjoy the vacation, man. Spend time with the family. It's always a blessing, man. And y'all catch me on that IG, OG Rob 300, and y'all enjoy, brothers.
All right, OG Rob.
Peace,
have a good
OG
weekend.
Rob.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. When we come back, we got your rumor report. We're talking about Sizzla. Of course, Jamaican reggae artist is very mad at Khaled. We'll tell you why. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Hey.
Morning, everybody. We are The Breakfast Club. I'm DJ Envy.
Hey, I go by the name of Charlamagne the God. What's happening? We are the world's most dangerous morning show. Last day before holiday break, baby.
Yes.
And last day in this studio, man.
Yep.
This studio that has become an iconic backdrop of so many iconic moments. This is our last day in this studio before we transition to the Black Mothership.
That's right. Well, let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Sizzla.
Rumor has it. Call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatty patty.
I'm gossiping.
This is the Rumor Report.
I mean, I guess we on The Breakfast Club. This is where the tea spills, right?
Yes. On The Breakfast Club.
Now, you said Sizzler, not to be confused with Scissor.
No, Sizzler, of course, reggae artist, legend. He's mad at DJ Khaled. Now, they had a great relationship, but Sizzler is upset because he thinks that his name on the plaque that Khaled gave him is too small. He said his name is in fine print and is very upset, and Sizzler actually spoke about it.
We're live. Holy man, we're live. You insult me, DJ Khaled, man. How are you really at? Cut out the baby. Take out the baby picture. Cut out the baby picture. Baby innocent. You insult me, DJ Khaled.
So he's actually burning the plaque. So he burns the plaques because he says Khaled put his name too small.
Khaled, you come to Jamaica, you eat up all the curry goat, you eat up all the oxtail, you eat up all the lobster, you eat up all the rice and peas, talk about bless up. Talk about God did. God told you to eat us out of house and home.
Stupid, man.
Seriously, though. Why couldn't Sizzler just call Khaled? I don't know Khaled personally, but nothing about the Khaled we see warrants that. Like, you know, Khaled seems like the person you can call and express your grievances, and he would listen.
Yeah, he would definitely listen.
You know?
And then he would fix it if there was a problem. That's the type of person Khaled is.
I would think so.
Yep. Now we got to congratulate Drake. Drake has been crowned the highest certified singles artist in RIAA history. He just passed Eminem. So
Drake, big up yourself, Drake.
What is
Drake,
that?
Aubrey, big up yourself, Aubrey.
What is that? Now, Kanye West. I got to go Kanye for a quick second. Now, it seems like they rescinded his honorary degree. Does that matter? Can you do that? Can you give somebody a degree and take it back?
I guess. I don't know.
Well, the School of the Art Institute of Chicago took their degree back.
I don't care about any black man who hates himself. I don't care about self-hating black people. That is one thing that I will not be acknowledging in 2023, self-hating black people. People who, seek white validation the way Kanye West does. I don't have no time for that going into 2023. No patience.
All right. Well, just drop a bomb for Gerard Carmichael.
Big up yourself, Gerard.
What language is that, man? What
Safari.
accent is that?
Safari
accent?
Salute to Safari.
Now, Gerard Carmichael is going to host the 2023 edition of the Golden Globes ceremony. That happens Tuesday, January 10th at 8 p.m.
Wear a shirt, Gerard. You ain't been wearing shirts lately. Wear shirts, bro.
Well, congratulations to Gerard Carmichael. I love what he's doing out there.
It's my guy.
Funny dude. And lastly, Terrence Howard. You know Terrence Howard, Oscar-nominated and winner Terrence Howard is revealing he's retiring. He said he's ready to hang up his hat, and this is for real this time. He said, this is the end for me.
Damn, man. Why Terrence Howard leaving us, man?
But don't get it twisted. Howard said this in 2019 before, and he didn't, and he started acting after that. So we'll see. But as of right now, he's saying that's it. He's done acting, and he's looking to do other things.
I haven't seen him in a lot of things, man. I ain't seen him in a lot of things since Empire, man.
What accent is that now?
That's Terrence Howard.
My goodness.
I'm doing Terrence Howard.
My goodness. All
Salute
right.
Terrence Howard, man.
Well, that is your rumor report. Now, when we come back, of course, we got front page news. We'll tell you about Uber. They're going to start having self-driving cars. Were you getting a
self-driving cars, man? Where it's taking us, man?
And also, we have to talk about the short man syndrome. How tall are you?
5'7".
You're definitely not 5'7".
I'm 5'7", but don't disrespect me like that.
You fit into that short man syndrome. We'll tell you about
I don't have no short man syndrome. I didn't even
that.
realize I was short till I met tall people.
Oh, no, you short. And we'll get into it next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
When it's time to get with someone special, the best way to do it is with Magnum large size condoms. That gold foil wrapper is a badge of honor, and it means you're protected. And you take care of things with comfort. Accept no substitutes. Bring the pleasure with the gold standard. Magnum large size condoms. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get into front page news. Now, last night, Thursday Night Football, the Rams beat the Raiders 17-16. I didn't see the game. Did you see the game?
Nah, I was taping my late night talk show. Hell of a week last night, man. Thank you for everybody who watched last night on Comedy Central.
Now, Uber is announcing the launch of a self-driving car in Vegas. So if you're out in Vegas and an Uber picks you up and there's nobody inside, don't worry. They're trying this service out now, and they plan to launch more of these self-driving cars to take you guys around.
I'm cool on that, bro. You know, I'm actually all for building a wall around Silicon Valley because I feel like some things just need the human touch, and I think driving a car is one of them. You know, because if something does happen, like say the car does get into an accident or something like that, you know, you need somebody to blame.
Mm-hmm. If something happens, yes.
I don't want to just have to blame the maker of the car, the manufacturer. Like, I want to blame the actual human. When it comes to cars, I'd rather human error than anything else, because first it starts with cars, then it's planes. And I ain't getting in no robot plane.
All right.
I'll tell you that much.
Well, also, according to 2022 data, scientists confirmed that the average height for men is 178 centimeters, which is equal to 5'9". Putting the likes of Charlamagne the God, Tom Cruise, Mark Wahlberg in the short man category. Kevin Hart as well.
Little Duval. I'm going to be honest with you, man. Most short men are great. Tall men be stupid. Because when you look at a tall person, you think to yourself, okay, this guy must be a ball player. If you're tall and you're not a ball player, you kind of just wasted a lot of what God gave you.
No, that's not
You're
true.
just walking around tall for no damn reason. And tall people don't live as long as short people. That is a scientific fact.
Well, they
can't
also
prove
say,
it, but I heard that before.
Well, they're saying that the short man syndrome is real, and most short men that are under the 5'9", lack of empathy, narcissism, manipulation, and indifference towards mortality.
And what is it? Now, that's interesting. The indifference towards mortality is one that I can think about. I mean, lack of empathy, yeah, maybe at a point in my life, before therapy. I can see that.
They say shorter men can demand respect, impose cost on others, acquire resources, and impress romantic partners by their traits. Short men usually have a small penis and have to do other things to satisfy their love life.
I have an average penis. The narcissism, I've never been a narcissist. I'm actually too insecure to be a narcissist. That's another thing I started going to therapy for. And, just always lacking self-worth. It had nothing to do with my height, though. Probably because of the traumas I experienced as a child. What else they said? They said lacking empathy, narcissism, what else?
Small penis.
My penis is average.
They say usually not good in bed and have to use other things to satisfy their partner.
I'm going to come put it on your back.
What are you doing, man? No, stay over there, man. It didn't say that part. 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 Get away from me.
What's that in your soul?
Yo, get away from me. Get away from me. Yo.
What is that in your side
I don't know.
right now?
I'm not looking.
What does it feel like?
I'm not looking.
What does it feel like?
I don't know.
You either getting robbed, huh?
I'm not.
You getting robbed or you getting loved?
I don't want to get robbed or loved by you, sir. This guy's crazy. What's wrong with him?
You felt that thing in your side, though. You didn't know what that was.
I didn't look. I didn't want to know what was in my side.
You didn't really resist either.
I'm going to human resources. I know that much. I'm just human resources. You just heard him put something in my back.
I'm going to tell you something, man. The short man is one of the most disrespected men in America. I don't like nothing you just said just now. Okay? I don't know why y'all be disrespecting short men like we not the greatest out here. What would the world be without short men?
All right.
Are you tall for nothing to ask people?
All right. Well, lastly, Brittany Griner has been released. Biden spoke
Drop on the clues bombs for Brittany Griner. She's tall for a reason. She utilized every inch of her height, okay, in her life. All right? What's your ass out there tall for?
Well, let's play what Biden had to say about Brittany Griner.
She's safe. She's on a plane. She's on her way home. After months of being unjustly detained in Russia, held under intolerable circumstances. Brittany will soon be back in the arms of her loved ones, and she should have been there all along. This is a day we've worked toward for a long time. We never stopped pushing for her release. It took painstaking and intense negotiations, and I want to thank all the hard-working public servants across my administration who worked tirelessly to secure her release. I also want to thank the UAE for helping us facilitate Brittany's return. And the fact remains that she's lost months of her life, experienced a needless trauma, and she deserves space, privacy, and time with her loved ones to recover and heal from her time being wrongfully detained.
I'm with that. I mean, nobody should be in jail for marijuana, especially for a small amount of marijuana and a vape pen for 9 years. Like, that is an unjust sentence. But, I want President Biden to keep that same energy because, when he was on the 2020 campaign trail, he said nobody should be in jail because of marijuana. And
Right.
yes, we saw him this year pardon, he pardoned thousands of people for simple possession of weed. On a federal level, but there is nobody in prison on a federal level for simple possession of weed. So I want him to expunge the criminal records of, people with nonviolent, weed-related convictions on a federal level. And I want him to pardon everybody incarcerated for weed on a federal level.
Yeah, well, just not everybody's happy she's released. People think that was a bad trade. Candace Owens, Donald Trump, what kind of deal is this to swap Brittany Griner, a basketball player who openly hates our country, for the man known as the Merchant of Death, who is one of the biggest arms dealer anywhere in the world. Not a good trade, and Candace Owen trading a top Russian arms dealer for a pot-smoking female basketball player is peak Western leftist philosophy. So a lot of people don't necessarily agree.
I told y'all yesterday.
I believe it was a quote-unquote bad trade, which is crazy that we're talking trades from countries, but...
I told y'all that yesterday that was going to happen. Like, you had to expect that backlash. I mean, it makes sense. And listen, things can be true. Like, you can be extremely happy for Brittany Griner, to be home because it wasn't unjust sentence, but yeah, Paul Whelan needs to be home as well. A former U.S. Marine who served America. Like, yeah. Absolutely. But Russia didn't want to do the deal. Yeah. They didn't want to do a 2-for-1. So America got done what they could get done. And, salute to Brittany Griner. And I'm sure Paul will get his just due eventually.
All right. Well, that is your front page news. Now, when we come back, Dr. Umar Johnson will be joining us, and we just have to put this out there.
What are we putting out there?
The views of Dr. Umar Johnson doesn't necessarily reflect the views of the Breakfast Club. Just putting it out there.
The main thing I agree with Dr. Umar on is that black men need to be with black women. Okay? That's what I believe.
That's it. Out of the whole hour conversation.
No. I love what he's doing. Listen, the main thing I want to talk to Dr. Umar about is the fact that he does have the school. The thing that he got so much flack for online for years, I don't know if people have been paying attention, but he has the school, so I hope to talk about that.
All right. We'll get into that.
I'm letting Dr. Umar do his thing.
That's right.
He just in here shooting a little bit. He was on Hell of a Week last night, too, my late night talk show on Comedy Central. So go check that out on Paramount Plus if you haven't. Now streaming on Paramount Plus.
All right.
But now coming up on The Breakfast Club, King Kong Consciousness.
That's right.
Dr. Umar Johnson.
Next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Power 105.1. The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
King Kong Consciousness is back.
Dr. Umar Johnson, welcome.
Peace and Pan-Africanism. Brothers, glad to be back.
And first things first, man, congrats on the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. I've been paying attention. I see that you got the building.
Yes, sir.
You've been doing renovations on the building.
Yes,
I saw you put the HVAC in, all kind of other stuff.
We're just about done. I'm hoping by the end of the calendar year we can get our inspection and have a grand opening in February, hopefully.
Man, why don't you talk about that more, Dr. Umar, especially being that they tried to clown you for so long about, not having the school.
I don't mind that because if you know that your mission is genuine, it's no need to respond to the negativity because at some day the fruit of your works will manifest.
Ooh.
You follow?
Yeah,
so my thing is, why argue when you know one day they're going to see the school?
Now, talk about the process, because it was a long process.
It was a very long process.
Trials and tribulations and hurdles. So
yes, sir.
Talk about that a little bit and what you had to get through, and also getting funding.
Yes, sir. We took our first donation in St. Louis 2014. We heard about the St. Paul's College, which was an HBCU closed in Virginia. Mm-hmm. They wanted $2 million, so we tried to raise it as quickly as we can. That was a bit ambitious. We didn't succeed. Mm-hmm. It was sold to an Asian company. Unfortunately, an HBCU sold to another race, I think is a great disappointment for us as a people. So then we just started looking for a day school. And then in 2017, I was on LoopNet, and I saw this campus in Wilmington, Delaware, but they wanted $2 million. We couldn't afford that. We only had $500,000. Mm-hmm. So I negotiated with them from August of 17 until February of 19, and they finally decided to sell us the building for the money that we had.
Wow.
So now we got the building. So what's been going on the past 3.5 years? Getting contractors who you can trust to help you with it. And contractors were not kind to us, man. They ripped us off. They scammed us. They stole out the building. The con is real. The con and contractor.
I've been dealing with it for the last 5 years.
It's very real, brother.
Absolutely.
And then finally, I said, you know what? We may have to step outside the African-American community to get this done because we've been waiting 3 years for our people to help us. Not for free. Mm-hmm. We could afford to pay them, but they wasn't being honest with us and straight up. And the white contractors have gotten us to the finish line in 3 months versus 3 years waiting on our own people.
What is the curriculum going to look like?
In addition to your required math, science, language, and social studies, we're going to have financial and economic science. Critical. How to do your own taxes, real estate, international investments, business planning. We have dietary and nutritional, how to eat to live, a lot of your Dr. Sebi type of information, agricultural and agronomical. We're going to teach them how to grow. They have to grow their own food in order to graduate. In addition to that, spiritual and astrological science. I want our young men to understand how African people related to God before Abraham, before Jesus, before Muhammad. There will also be science of the black family. So that includes science of the black man, the black woman, the black child, how to be a gentleman, how to take care of your woman, how to raise your children, how to be a leader in the community. And of course, there will be military and political science, if I didn't mention that. We do want to teach them survival skills, traditional African martial arts, both with and without weapons, understanding the world that we live in. Why is Africa the richest continent, but in the poorest condition? Why was Barack Obama made president and it had nothing to do with America reinventing herself? Okay, why has multiculturalism been used as a weapon against African people? So we want to make sure that we are graduating well-rounded young men who can go anywhere in the world and build independent communities. We are a nation-building academy. We are not college prep. We are not military prep. We are not trade school prep. They will be ready for any of those. But above all that, we are nation-building prep.
Can you answer that President Obama question? I'd like to know the answer to that.
Oh, Barack Obama was made president for two reasons. Domestically, he was made president to force alternative sexual lifestyles onto black children, sexual confusion as a means of population control. And internationally, he was made president to go to Africa and to force AFRICOM there, to build military bases all throughout the continent. And guess what? There's been about 6 coups in Africa over the past year, and every single coup was in a country with a United States military base. No coincidence. America only practices democracy when the person who wins the election has an agenda that is in the interest of America.
But you know Obama was opposed to same-sex marriage in 2008.
Oh, when he ran?
Yeah.
But the power structure told him you're going to support this when you get in there.
That was the second term.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Because the agenda had not yet been set, but when the agenda was set, he had to carry it out because Obama belonged to a white racist political party.
Let me ask you a question. The students that want to attend your school,
yes, sir.
What are the qualifications, if there are any?
Be black. There's really no qualifications.
So be black. So it doesn't matter if you're gay or straight. It doesn't matter if you're mixed or anything. You can.
Well, a mixed African is considered an African. We accept you as an African as long as you identify. You have to be psychologically black and you also have to be biologically black. Now, with that being said, it's important that black men and black women, even if they be mixed race Africans, they understand that we will not perpetuate that mistake because it does not benefit the black community. So although you may have a white parent, you will only produce children with someone who looks like you. Can we please talk about Jerry Jones?
Yes, we can. You recently posted a picture. What?
They try to slander our brother over here.
Talk to me.
About what?
Over the summer, I guess there was a video of you, I guess,
at the Cherry Hill Mall.
They tried to say you had jungle fever, Dr. Umar.
Jungle fever in the mall.
Okay, let me tell you what happened.
I thought we talked to him about that already.
No,
Somebody tried to hack my phone. I call iPhone. They say, okay, we have an appointment for you. I said, I'm in Philadelphia.
Apple, yeah.
Apple. Closest place, Cherry Hill Mall, Apple Store. No problem. I ain't got no phone. I need my phone. I go to Cherry Hill Mall. It's taking forever for my appointment to come up. I said, let me find something to do. I go get me some suits. Go back, get the phone fixed. I'm on my way out the mall. I'm done. I see a stand in the middle with incense, oils, crystals. I'm into all that. I said, okay, this must be a sister. Let me go over here. I'm looking through the incense. Young white lady come around. She said, can I help you? I said, this your stand? Because I'm like, because this was black people stuff. You know what I mean? Right. So I'm like, she said, yes, my stand. She had a little foreign accent. I said, no problem. So I buy some incense. A brother stops by. Can I take a picture? Sure. I get a rock. Sister come by. Can I take a picture? The white girl started looking at me like, who are you? Like, why is everybody stopping asking you for a picture? I said, I'm Dr. Umar. I'm a psychologist. She pulls out her phone. She said, well, let me see where you are. I said, go to YouTube, type in Umar Johnson Breakfast Club. That's exactly what I took. That's exactly what I took. Right. So she pulls out her phone and she go to Umar Johnson Breakfast Club. She said, that is you. Some coons at a nearby restaurant are filming the whole thing. But when they post it, they don't post the prelude to the conversation. If they would have showed everybody stopping, they would have knew she must have been curious about who he is.
Yeah.
They cut that off, and they just showed me with her phone like I'm giving her my number. Can I get your number, baby? Blah, 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 blah. All I was doing was confirming that that's who I am. Don't you know they went up there and interviewed her?
No.
That girl they interviewed her all week.
The people that recorded you?
Negroes from YouTube ran to the Cherry Hill Mall and got a sat down with the Snow Bunny.
Are you one of Dr. Umar's wives is what they were trying to figure out.
Look, and she told the truth, though. And I appreciated it. She said all he did was shop. I wanted to know who he was. Everybody was stopping to talk to him. He told me to go to YouTube Breakfast Club, and he was just confirmed.
Hey,
that was
Dr.
it.
Umar,
I picked up my bag and walked off. They didn't even show me walk off.
I don't think you realize how funny it is. That's like a Dr. Umar trap. We're going to set up the incense and the rocks, but when he go over there, Snow Bunny.
Yeah. So it was crazy, but I'm glad she was honest because she could have.
Yeah, absolutely.
She could have said he tried to get at me. You know what I mean? So
I think people think you hate white people. You don't hate white people. Yeah.
I have conversations with white folks all the time. Arabs, Chinese, East Indian. I had a group of white boys run up to me at the airport. I was in Dallas, Texas. Can we take a picture? I took the picture. Why do I do that? People say, why you take pictures when white folks stop you? Because it's important for the world to know that my agenda is not hate. My agenda is African liberation. I'm opposed to white supremacy. I'm not opposed to white people. My priority is my own people, but I have nothing against yours. I'm unapologetically African, but the problem is historically, any black man who is unapologetically African, Malcolm, the Honorable Marcus Garvey, Stokely Carmichael, Huey P. Newton, anybody who is that way, we will automatically brand it as anti-everybody else. That is not true. We are Africans. We are the original humanitarians of the planet Earth. We have never been against another people, but I am unapologetically committed to my own.
All right, we got more with Dr. Umar Johnson. When we come back, don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Dr. Umar Johnson. Now, we got to talk about Ime Udoka and TJ Holmes.
First of all, what they did was wrong. You had no business having relations with another man's wife if, in fact, those women were married. But it's even more wrong because you chose to go outside your community and do it. It's even more wrong because you chose to go into the white power structure and do it. They were not chastised because they committed adultery. They were chastised because they failed to keep in mind that black men get the white women that other white men genuinely do not want. Look at most of our celebrities. They did not marry women who came from the richest white families. Black money and white money don't behave the same. New black money and old white money have two totally different personalities. New black money will jump on any poor white girl and make her a billionaire, Tiger Woods. Rich white money doesn't operate that way, you see. The sin of Ime Udoka and the sin of TJ Holmes is you had an affair with a white man's wife. This is a desirable white woman. Somebody loves her and is married to her, and you had the audacity to take her away from her husband being a Negro. That's why they had to be sat down. And if I could speak with Ime Udoka, I would have to ask him, on top of all that, you chose a woman from the Mormon church. The Mormons historically are one of the most racist denominations of the Christian religion.
With TJ Holmes, I think that they about to demonize him in a real way. Like they even already put out a story that he was having multiple affairs.
So they're going to get him.
Yeah.
You are not allowed to touch the white women that white men have claimed or considered to be marriage worthy. You get the leftovers. Our athletes, our celebrities, they all got leftovers. They do not get top of the crop white girls.
So top of the crop white women is
married,
financial status, or just women that are married?
Bloodline.
Okay.
It could also be financial as well. But white men determine who those women are. And it's normally a mix of income, status, and bloodline, as well as occupation.
I want to ask you something, Dr. Umar. For you, have you ever seen an interracial relationship that was acceptable to you?
No interracial relationship is acceptable because we have too many black women who are unmarried. Black women are the largest population on the planet Earth. If you can't find one in America, get it from Africa. If you can't get it from Africa, go to the Caribbean, go to Canada, go to Europe. Why would a black man need to copulate, build a family with anything other than a black woman when you have so many black women available? It is an exercise in self-hatred. There's no way to get around it.
Do you think Kanye West, if he had a black woman, things would be different?
Oh, absolutely. I think Kim Kardashian used him. And the fact that they're making that man pay $200,000 a month in child support when both he and the wife are billionaires are absolutely ridiculous. I think they want to break him. And although I don't agree with the way in which Kanye articulated some of his thoughts, I appreciate the fact that he was the first black man since Michael Jackson to speak truth to power, to specifically identify certain communities of Europeans who have exploited gangster rap, black entertainers, and other people since its inception, and nobody has called them out.
I can't give Kanye no respect because I've never seen a black man seek more white validation than Kanye West.
Well, that's the issue.
That is one of the most self-hating black men on the planet.
Kanye is not choosing a side. side. One day, it's about saving our people. The next day, you on a date with another snow bunny. One day, it's about helping the oppressed. The next day, you're campaigning for Donald Trump. One day, it's about being independent. The next day, I'm hearing about you going into business with some white man. Make up your mind. And at this point, I'm going to be honest with you. Although I appreciate Kanye's honesty, I think most of his agenda is about Kanye. And I'm going to say that because when I look at our black billionaire class, whether it's Kanye, whether it's Oprah, whether it's Jay-Z,
he's not in that class
whether it's Tyler Perry, even if he's no longer in that class, none of them, LeBron, Puffy, none of them have built an independent black institution for the black community anywhere in this country. Not one.
How many lashes would Kanye get?
I'm still working on Kanye lash count because I want to see where he ends up. I need him to make up his mind and then stay there.
Okay.
And I need him to be a little bit more articulate with what he says because although I think Kanye is on the right track, he's not articulating himself well enough. He's not controlling his public narrative. And I would not put him on the same level as a Kyrie Irving because I believe Kyrie is 100% genuine in his thinking. I think he's very thought out, and I think Kyrie does a good job of controlling his narrative. And I think that community that tried to destroy him could be accused of being hypocritical because Amazon is not pulling a DVD. They have not been accused of being anti-Semitic. They have not been accused of being racist. They have not been accused of being a hate monger of any other people. So if Kyrie can be accused of all that for sharing a video that he was not in, how is it that Amazon gets none of the smoke when they said they're not going to pull the video?
Smoke. They begin smoke.
Jonathan Blatt was up.
Jonathan Green Blatt
was here yesterday, and I asked him that same question.
What he said?
I said,
look, we've launched a whole campaign against Amazon. We announced on Monday we're working with the German government because Holocaust denialism, and that movie is offensive in part because it says that white Jews invented the Holocaust, that it didn't really happen. That's not true. But Holocaust denialism is illegal in Germany. That movie is available on Amazon Germany. So we are now working with the German government because Amazon is breaking the law.
But where is the media campaign by them to crucify Amazon the way they crucified Kyrie for sharing the video that Amazon is making millions of dollars off?
I will say
that's hypocritical.
I will say this, Dr. Umar. I feel like sometimes
we can't be selective moralists,
I'm with you, but I think sometimes we, as in black people on social media, make these stories bigger. Because if we wanted, like the Brett Favre situation, Amazon, if we talked about those situations like we talk about other things, we would create those campaigns.
But the white media made Kyrie's situation an issue. So if you're going to make it an issue for Kyrie, white media, make it an issue for Amazon, white media.
I mean, the white media did report on it when the ADL reported.
It didn't get the same energy.
I did not
get the same energy.
I really think
it's a double standard.
I think that's because of what we talk about.
And anybody who practices selective morality, whether you're a European Jew, whether you a revolutionary Pan-Africanist, whether you're a socialist, a Christian, a Muslim, a Hebrew, selective morality is hypocrisy. Amazon is still selling it. They have yet to be branded by the ADL or anybody else as anti-Semitic. That's hypocrisy.
That's one of the questions.
It's hypocrisy.
That's one of the questions I asked Jonathan Greenblatt. I said, it feels like when we do something, there's consequences for it. So I asked him, how do you punish that level of white privilege? How do you punish it, Donald Trump?
They're not going to punish it because at the end of the day, white supremacy requires commitment and loyalty from all groups of white people. The Kyrie and Kanye issue was more about suppressing free speech for heterosexual black males than it was about anti-Semitism or anything like that.
I'm not against any of that you said. The only thing I'd push back on is, man, I do not like seeing people prop up Kanye West, bro. Because Kanye West is the most anti-black Negro out here. And I do not like when people just...
Why do you say that? Why do you say he's so anti-black?
Look at him. Look at who he chooses to be with. And even when he had those billion-dollar companies, what was under the hood of those companies, Dr. Umar? Where was his black staff?
I agree.
Where was his black leadership?
I agree.
And
that's why right now, as I just said a minute ago, I believe Kanye's agenda is what's best for Kanye. I really believe he did what he did to get freed of them contracts because he has the brand and the platform and the status now where he could probably make his own sneakers and make his own music and probably sell as much, if not more than he did before.
That, Dr. Umar. You're giving that man way too much credit.
I believe so.
All right, well, don't move. We got more with Dr. Umar Johnson. When we come back, it's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Dr. Umar Johnson. Now, we got to talk Charlamagne's favorite NFL team, the Cowboys and Jerry Jones.
This the same Jerry Jones who never hired a black coach. Same Jerry Jones during the Colin Kaepernick protest of 2016 said, if any of my players are caught, quote unquote, disrespecting the American flag by taking a knee, they not going to play on my team no more. This is that Jerry Jones, who never stood up against any of the racism in the state of Texas, and he gets caught in the picture. September the 9th, 1957, North Little Rock High School, and then he commits 3 lies. He was part of a mob to deny a group of African Americans entry into North Little Rock High School. He says he was just there to be curious. He says neither he nor any of the other white boys or people there knew what they were going to get into. That's lie number 1. Jerry Jones had already admitted that his coach told him not to go nowhere near, that there would be trouble there. And then when he was asked whether he regretted being there, he never answered the question. Where is Roger Goodell? Why isn't he being given a list of demands just like Kyrie was being given a list of demands? And check this out, to make matters worse, guess what else happened on September 9th, 1957, DJ Envy?
What's that?
President Dwight D. Eisenhower signs the 1957 Civil Rights Bill, creating the Civil Rights Commission within the Department of Justice. First act of civil rights legislation since 1875. Jerry Jones and the rest of them kids, they knew that. They were there to repudiate that presidential signing. Jerry Jones knew exactly what he was going to get into. Now, Stephen A. Smith says he don't deserve to be held accountable for his part in supporting one of the most racist events in American history, which was the desegregation of America's schools. He shouldn't be held accountable. Stephen A. says, since this happened 65 years ago, he should get a pass.
How many lashes for Stephen A. Smith?
Stephen A. is probably up to 150,000 lashes right now for his cooning. But listen, if Jerry Jones get a pass because he's 14, why didn't Emmett Till get a pass? He was 14. Why are we protecting privileged white men? And you know what makes it so sad? Jerry Jones don't even have to defend himself. He got black men who will jump up. Did you see Michael Irvin? This Uncle Remus? Michael Irvin says, he wasn't at the front of the line. So because he wasn't at the front of the line, he less racist than the ones who's at the front. Jerry Jones is a righteous man and a great man. All white people were that way back in the day. This is Michael Irvin. All white people were that way back in the day, so we supposed to get Jerry Jones a pass. There's nothing worse.
How many lashes for Michael Irvin?
Michael Irvin get about 5,000 lashes for that. No black man should ever volunteer himself, Stephen A. Smith and Michael Irvin, to play defense attorney for a white man. Jerry Jones ain't thinking about black folks. He has yet to speak up on social justice issues. He is a racist, and he should be forced to sell the team. But it's not going to happen. Why? Because it would take the players of the NFL to protest to force him out. And we already see that our NFL athletes and our NBA athletes don't have enough courage. They're more concerned with money than they are about the movement. And that's why I'm disappointed in Deion Sanders.
Talk to me about Deion. Dr. Umar.
Mind you, before you get into it, Charlamagne gave donkey today to people that were criticizing.
I know. That's right. And I'm coming right at him.
Let's go.
I'm coming right at him.
Let's go.
He's wrong. But I have 2 levels of wrong. Mm-hmm. I got a low level and I got a high. I'll explain them to you quickly. My low level. If Deion told the administration and the players at Jackson State that I'm taking this job, but I need y'all to know, if something better comes along, I may be leaving.
He did say that.
He said that.
I didn't see that.
I played the clip the other day. He said it on 60 Minutes.
What happens when a Power 5 school says, give us a number, we'll make it work?
I'm going to have to entertain it.
You are?
Yes, I'm going to have to entertain it. Straight up. Well, I would be a fool not to.
Deion has always been transparent and open about what his goals were.
I disagree with you. He told them if it comes his way, he would have to entertain it. He never said I would leave you that soon. I'm going to go back and study some more. But from what I seen him say, he was not that direct. But if he was, mm-hmm. He's still wrong, but it's a low level because at least you was transparent and you gave him informed consent. Mm-hmm. Still wrong. Now, if he didn't tell them that, and I'm hearing from people who know athletes on that team that they were not told it that way, that automatically means that Deion Sanders used, abused, and exploited HBCU Jackson State just to be given an opportunity to show predominantly white institutions that he could coach. The reason I'm so personally disappointed in Deion is I thought he was there for a movement, not for money. Meaning, Deion Sanders, the coach of Jackson State, I foresaw a situation where Deion would hire other coaches, other retired black NFL greats to coach other HBCUs. In doing so, you attract our top tier, high school athletes to come to HBCU.
Maybe.
Stay with me.
Eddie George is at Tennessee State.
Stay with me. Football and back. You know, like I know, if you got top tier NFL greats coaching HBCUs, the athletes are coming just like they was coming for Deion. He showed you, Charlamagne.
That's Deion, though.
He showed
Dr.
you.
Umar.
And his other one's just as
one
great.
of the most famous people ever.
And his other one's just as great. So listen.
Eddie George at Tennessee State.
That's one person. We're talking about a system, not an individual. So Deion and these other coaches bring all these athletes from high school to play football, basketball, so forth. The revenue of the HBCU goes up, Envy. As a result of the revenue going up, Charlamagne, the schools got more money. They don't have to subject themselves to closure. They don't have to subject themselves to being dependent on white money. You got HBCUs at risk of being closed. I read something that said almost a half of them may not survive the decade. So this was bigger than football. This was about the survival of the HBCU.
It's bigger than Deion,
especially
though, Dr. Umar.
No,
Yes,
no,
it is. I think
no. Stop trying
you're blaming an individual.
Stop trying to give celebrities a pass, Charlamagne.
No, you're blaming an individual
I'm not
instead of talking
blaming
about
him.
the issue.
I'm blaming black men for not being men, brother.
HBCUs chronically underfunded.
Of course.
Were they chronically underfunded before Deion?
Yes.
Will they be chronically underfunded after Deion?
Yes.
Absolutely.
What are those reasons that they're chronically underfunded?
We don't
because we as black men have not come together to create the funding source to make sure they survive. I don't want to hear about the government. We have too many wealthy blacks. Y'all interview them every day.
I'm with you. So you got low alumni donors, right?
Okay.
Low endowments.
Correct.
That's a us problem.
He part of us. Why you keep exempting celebrities?
He's one
They're not
person.
better than us.
He's one person.
Okay, but the point is that one man could have been a catalyst for a movement that would have revolutionized the survival of HBCUs.
But why does the movement stop just because he left? HBCUs gonna still be
You're
here.
missing the point.
No, HBCUs
the
gonna
abolition
still be
wasn't
here.
just about Frederick Douglass. But if Frederick Douglass would have pulled out, it would have hurt it. The Underground Railroad wasn't just about Harriet, but if she would have pulled out, it would have failed. And for him to pull out of Jackson State the way that he did it before making sure the HBCU system survived, to me was selfish. He chose money over the movement, Charlamagne, and celebrities do it all the time, and y'all want to give him a pass. Nobody get no pass. I don't care who Deion Sanders is. He had a chance to help, and he hurt, and y'all want to condone that because you black celebrities are not committed to the best interests of black people.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. When Deion was coaching high school kids for several years. When he
we
was
ain't talking about that. We're talking about survival of HBCU.
I'm gonna get there. When he was coaching high school kids for several years, when he was opening up Prime Prep Academy that got closed down because they had financial issues, when he went to Jackson State for $1.2 million for 4 years and said, you know what, y'all
he didn't even stay for 4 years.
But listen, y'all take half this salary and go build a better go build a better facility for students, and he got to pay back $300,000.
And after all that, I'm still going to leave Jackson State for a super white college that got a 1.6 black student.
But you ain't let me finish my point.
Rate. No,
wait.
How can you say 1.6 black students, which means the only blacks on that campus are the athletes, and you're going to tell me that that's a step up? You sold us out for money, bro.
How can you say it's about money when when his track record shows
he stayed
don't
for
pour
3 years? That was
money.
No commitment. His track record shows that if white people give me the money, I'll turn my back on the HBCU system. Celebrities are not above accountability. Stop,
I agree.
Charlamagne.
So how many lashes?
Stop.
How many lashes for Deion?
50,000 lashes for Deion.
Now, no. Shut up. More important question. How much you gonna donate to an HBCU today?
I'm building 2 independent schools, the first in its history.
No doubt, but those aren't HBCUs. Whoa. If you're gonna be that passionate about HBCUs, how much you gonna donate to an HBCU today?
Let me answer your question. First of all, I'm not a multi-millionaire. Second of all,
why you gotta be a multi-millionaire?
Can I finish my question? I donate to HBCUs on a regular basis.
Okay.
I do. But my point is, I'm focused on destroying the school-to-prison pipeline. I'm building 2 independent schools from the ground.
I applaud you for that.
Black money. Nobody you've interviewed in this studio ever is doing that. So I'm doing my part, and that's why I can expect Deion Sanders to do his part.
With all that said, Dr. Umar, what do we do for HBCUs moving forward? Because Deion gone, but HBCUs going to still be here.
I just told you, black celebrities have to come together, stop buying chains, stop going to clubs and strip joints, stop with all the expensive clothing, stop cooning, and use some of this disposable income that we spend it on Christmas gifts right now and come up with a funding source. So many celebrities went to HBCUs. Why can't they be the catalyst of a black celebrity and grassroots, because we should be paying too, movement to finance this? I'm simply saying Deion could have been the face of that and was beginning to be, and he allowed himself to get bought out by a white university.
But he left the blueprint.
I don't want to hear about no
He
blueprint.
left the blueprint.
That's like Harriet Tubman saying, I'm not going to help you on the Underground Railroad. I'm going to lead a blueprint. Marcus Garvey, I'm not going to help you with the independence movement.
I'll take the
I'm going to
map.
lead a blueprint. That's cowardliness, man.
I'm not putting that all on Dion because there's enough of us that can keep these programs sustained if we do what we're supposed to do. And also, I just want to tell you, Dr. Umar is going to be on my late night talk show this week. Hell of a week.
And we're going to have a hell of a time.
Listen.
Envy, I want your listeners, please support the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy.
That's right.
Get on your Cash app, $FDMG School, paypal.me/FDMG Academy, and make sure you subscribe to my video on demand site, www.drumar.tv. If you need to reach me, 215-989-9858. Black celebrities must be held accountable.
There you have it.
I always appreciate you, Dr.
Yes,
Umar.
thank you so much.
Yes,
man.
sir. Appreciate you.
All right, well.
We got to take our flick, right?
It's the we got to close it out, man. It's the Breakfast Club.
My
It's
bad.
Dr. Umar
It's the
Johnson,
Breakfast
ladies and
Club.
gentlemen. Goodness gracious.
One love, y'all. One love.
Now, y'all ain't going to just cut off Drunken Love like that now.
I should have played Fight the Power after that interview.
Why?
Public Enemy.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, absolutely. Drop on the clues bombs with
He said,
Public
why? Dr. Umar.
Salute to Dr. Umar,
Giving out
man.
slashes this morning?
Make sure you go watch
Jesus.
that interview later on Breakfast Club YouTube page, and make sure you scream, huh?
It's on now.
Oh, it's on now.
So you can definitely check it out now.
And make sure you go scream my late night talk show, Hell of a Week. Dr. Umar was on there last night as well. Actually, we're going to play a clip from Dr. Umar later on because he had some things to say about the Brittany Griner situation.
No, we're going to play it now.
Oh, you got it now?
Let's get to rumors.
Rumor has it, rumor has it.
Call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatty patty.
I'm gossiping.
This is the Rumor Report
I mean, I guess we on the Breakfast Club. This is where the tea spills, right?
Right. On the Breakfast Club.
And I just want to tell you guys, that's how a conversation should happen. Dr. Umar didn't leave upset. There was no attitudes. There was no, I hate you. It was just great conversation.
Man.
Which is what we need sometimes. Just conversation, whether you're right, whether you're wrong, whether you agree, disagree.
Well, the reality is that's how black men debate.
That's how we should.
That's how we debate. Not even just with black men. You know, I debate like that with my guy Andrew Schultz. Like, you know, when you're passionate and you believe in something, that's how we get at each other.
And that's how you should.
Yeah.
But no
and it's
problem.
all love.
All love. All right. Well, he was on Charlamagne's show last night, Hell of a Week. And Dr. Umar spoke about Brittany Griner being released.
Umar, what do you think? What does this do for the Biden administration? Does it
Well,
you respect them more?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I remember when Joe Biden was having a conversation with you and he told black people that if you don't vote for him, you're not black.
Mm-hmm.
And then after he got elected, he took care of every other constituency except black America. When they look at Brittany Griner, they're looking at 4 distinct voter bases. You're looking at the celebrity base, you're looking at the LGBTQ base, you're looking at the woman base, and you're looking at the African American base.
Off a lot of boxes.
These are going to be 4 very critical voter bases come election time. So they're really just arming up for that war against Donald Trump.
Yeah, I mean, there's something to that point. You know, the Biden administration definitely can put that on their resume, and I'm sure that's something voters will consider in 2024 if Biden decides to run again, or somebody from Biden's administration decides to run again.
And
decided to run, period.
And salute to Killer Mike. Now, Killer Mike, his Black and Latinx banking platform, of course, Greenwood, has secured $45 million
Come on now.
in its latest round of funding. Now, they have over 100,000 customers, and that money will helpfully go to the consumers and people out there that need it, whether you're trying to purchase a home or trying to buy a car and do an investment, small businesses, whatever it may be. So salute to Killer Mike and Ryan Glover and everybody over at Greenwood.
Drop on the clues bombs for everybody at Greenwood. Salute to my good brother Killer Mike. Always, man. You know, Killer Mike is one of those people. Y'all can be out there chatting about Killer Mike. Killer Mike gonna be in the community doing the work.
All right,
always.
And shout out to Atlanta Mayor Andrew J. Young.
Salute
as
to
well.
Andrew J. Young. Salute to Ryan. I forget Ryan's last name. You just said it.
Glover.
Ryan Glover. Yes. Salute to all those brothers, man. They doing the work. What you doing?
All right. Now, also, Meghan Markle, she talked about how she didn't know she was black, really, until she went to the UK. Second one.
Very different to be a minority but not be treated as a minority right off the bat. Obviously now people are very aware of my race because they made it such an issue when I went to the UK, but before that, most people didn't treat me like a black woman. So that talk didn't have to happen for me.
What?
Yep, also talks about not trying to stand out, Meghan Markle.
Can't ever wear the same color as Her Majesty if there's a group event. But then you also shouldn't be wearing the same color as one of the other more senior members of the family. So I was like, well, what's a color that they'll probably never wear? Camel? Beige? white. So I wore a lot of muted tones, but it also was so I could just blend in. Like, I'm not trying to stand out here.
I cannot express to you how much I don't give a damn about them people.
Who?
All of them. The royal family, I don't care.
Honestly, me neither.
I don't care.
I don't care.
Nothing that I heard just now interests me in any way, shape, or form.
I couldn't be in the royal family. I wear red.
What that mean? They Crips?
Yo, shut up, man. She said she couldn't stand out. So that's why she couldn't wear the same colors as the queen. So she had to wear, like, camel colors.
Oh, they got colors over there like gangs?
Oh, you know what?
I don't know. They got, really?
You know what? That is your rumor report. I'm not
So hold on. The queen was cripping?
I don't know. She was wearing blue. But she was wearing blue, maybe.
Wow.
Maybe.
Who knew?
Maybe.
I had no idea.
Well, now
you
know.
learn something new every day.
Put you on to it.
Wow.
Who you giving your donkey to, man?
We could do two things.
Okay.
Now, we could do donkey of the day, or we could use that donkey of the daytime because we got A Boogie coming in. We could take some phone calls right now and ask people, what their thoughts on Dr. Umar's conversation was. I have no problem doing that. You know what I mean? Which one you want to do?
Let's open up the phone lines.
You want to open the phone lines?
Let's talk to the people.
You want to talk to the people? Let's talk to the people then.
You ain't find Public Enemy Fight the Power yet, man? Dr. Umar was just on and talking all that black power, and you ain't find Fight the Power?
1-800-585-1051. Call us right now. Just tell us what you know, your thoughts are on Dr. Umar's conversation, some of the things that he said. And make sure you stream my late night talk show, Hell of a Week, on Paramount Plus right now. Dr. Umar was on there last night, along with my man Kaz and Sam Morelli. And Von Orgy was on last night, too.
All right, so we're going to take your calls when we come back. How do you feel about Dr. Umar Johnson's interview?
Latest Breakfast Club conversation.
585-1051. There we go. Can we play it? Let's get it on. Oh, you going to play top of the hour first? All right, Mr. Breakfast Club, good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
There's so many offers going on for the holidays, but one really stood out to me, Verizon. When you switch to Verizon, you get a gift for you and a gift to give. Might want to go check out your Verizon store if you're down to save a bunch of money. Morning, everybody. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, usually we do Donkey of the Day here, but today we're opening up the phone lines. Dr. Umar Johnson just stopped through, and we want to get some of your feedback on some of the things he was saying. Hello, who's this?
Hey, what's up? Good morning. This is Jay from Georgia.
Hey, Jay from Georgia.
What do you feel about Dr. Umar Johnson's conversation?
Okay, so I literally said this morning, I hope they open up the phone lines because I got something to say.
Say it.
Let's go.
I am absolutely tired of this rhetoric that Dion is supposed to be the face of, the brand of. Like, HBCUs are notorious for mismanagement of funds at the top level, period. I am an HBCU graduate, so it's not like I'm just speaking out of turn. But at the end of the day, it was a lot of toxic behavior, organizational politics that was going on there at Jackson State that Dion has been speaking out about since before he made his announcement to leave. So there were problems there that needed to be addressed. None of it was addressed. None of it.
No, I agree.
They want everything to lie on the back of one man, when at the end of the day, even myself as an HBCU graduate, so I'm going to speak on it, we barely support HBCUs outside of homecoming weekend.
That's right.
Let's just be clear. And, like, we need to, as a community, are responsible for HBCUs, not just this one man. But it's like, Dr. Umar, like, I usually can ride with him on a lot of stuff that he say, but, like, come on, sir. You cannot place the responsibility and the onus of HBCU survivorship on one man. The 3 years he was there, what other former NFL players, commentators, analysts came and put their neck on the line at a team, at a HBCU to coach?
You're right.
Well, I got to salute Eddie George, but, like I told Dr. Umar, HBCUs were chronically underfunded before Dion, and they're going to be chronically underfunded after Dion, and it's up to us, to make sure that these programs have the money that they can to sustain, because they got state underinvestment, low alumni contributions, low endowments. To me, a lot of that is us problems.
Absolutely. Hello, who's this?
Good morning.
What did you think about Dr. Umar Johnson's interview, brother?
With the Deion Sanders, I kind of disagree with his statement. Deion Sanders, I feel as if Deion Sanders have a vision up here to him. You know what I'm saying? Started with his son. He started coaching with his son in high school, and then he stayed after Shador went off to college. He stayed with the high school, and then his Shador's sophomore year in college, that's when they both went off to Jackson State. He stayed at Jackson State for 2 years. He got his credentials up. He did what he said he was going to do, including bringing back the championship. And now that he's done that, he decided to leave. And they want to criticize him. But my thing is, he didn't leave and go to another HBCU. He left and went to the Pac-12. The next step might be for him to go to the SEC.
Or even the NFL.
Well, you know, his dream job is Florida State. I mean, Deion has said that from the beginning. He wants to go coach at his alma mater, Florida State.
Right. Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Saeed the One calling back, man. How you doing?
What's up, brother? What were your thoughts on Dr. Umar Johnson's interview?
I believe what he said, especially like with the celebrities and us as a people, I believe we can come together and like help ourselves. But I mean, what people earn is theirs. I believe that's theirs. They don't have to do anything. But I believe us as a people together, we can come together and stop asking for the government to do things for us, even though they owe us a lot that they can't pay. But I definitely agree with what Dr. Umar is definitely saying.
Okay. Now, I will say, as far as the government, when it comes to HBCUs, man, one of the reasons HBCUs are chronically underfunded is due to state underinvestment. So, no, you should be on your state's ass about, making sure they give up that money to the HBCUs.
Right. And if you want to see the full interview, you can check it out on breakfastclubonline.com. Dr. Umar Johnson was here. The phone lines are lighting up, so definitely leave a comment. We're going to be reading them. And up next, we have A Boogie. He has a new album out today, Me Vs. Myself. We're going to kick it with A Boogie. When we come back, don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Power 105.1. The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building. He just celebrated his birthday, so I'm surprised he's here. He was in the club all night last night.
I appreciate y'all for waiting for me here.
A Boogie.
A Boogie is here. How old you turn, A Boogie? 27. Damn, you getting up there, bro. You know what's so interesting, man? My daughter's 14, and she just started listening to rap. I didn't even know she was listening to rap, you know what I mean? Because she never seemed to be into music. That's why I'm talking to her. I'm like, well, who's your favorite artist? She said, A motherfucking Boogie.
It be out of nowhere for me, too, because it's like you don't know your fans until you actually go touch to touch. That's what this album is all about right here.
Me versus myself?
Yeah. This is the most touch to touch album I'm ever going to do when it comes down to it. Like, me and fans signing autographs and CDs. I'm going 1,000 people a day in stores, like back to back.
Why are you getting back to that? But why are you going? Because that's what usually artists do in the very beginning when they first start.
Yeah, it's getting back to that time. They made it harder for us for a little, I ain't gonna go too crazy, but they made it a little harder for us artists nowadays. I'm gonna put y'all on after this, but yeah, we gotta take
when
it back.
When you say they made it harder, who made it harder?
I don't know who did that, but they made it tough. It used to be 1,500 streams equal one sale, right? They kind of doubled that now.
Really?
3,000. It's almost 3,000, yeah. So imagine what the numbers is looking like now.
But how do they just do that? How do you just calculate?
Exactly. That's out of my, So I got only one job. So to fix that, I can't even, I don't even know who wrote that down, government, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. Do you think artists got away from doing that traditional stuff because they so reliant on the internet? Let me just get my online promotion and see what happens, and they forgot that ground game?
Nah, they working with the system of how it works. Like, so like it always changes. So for me, we always gotta adapt to this, adapt to the environment, fellas. For me, like.
But how do you chase that, right? Because you Drowning did what, 7 million? Over 7 million?
Yeah, Drowning almost diamond now.
Almost diamond. So how do you chase that? Because now it's almost like the game. They moved the goalposts on you.
There's no change in that. You just add on. We just add on, keep on going. We ain't even look back. For real though, that's my main thing right now. I don't even look back. I just do it. After this album, we going back to back. 3 albums this year on God. 2023, we going every 3 months. Spin cycle on them one time. Feel me? When it comes down to everything we doing with the Barclays. I forgot what date we doing Barclays.
They just announced the show at the Barclays. Actually, our station is doing it. And we're actually gonna have some tickets to give away. I'm not sure today, but it's March 4th when you're doing the show.
Oh yeah, March 4th.
We're gonna have a party bus where actually we're gonna be taking listeners to A Boogie show. We'll give you more details about that. So you released a video about a day ago with Kodak Black. And this is how long you've been up here. Last time you was up here, you and Kodak Black was kind of beefing, going back and forth.
Nah, we ain't never had no beef. It's all like when it look like internet stuff, man. You can't even assume from there. Just let people just say whatever they want.
Yeah, I said y'all want to fight each other. You want to fight Don Q, and it was a thing.
I ain't see all that.
Yeah,
nah, you can't say each other. You can't say each other. You never heard me say anything.
No, not you. Nah,
it was never nothing. No, everything go good with that.
Now the album is called Me Versus Myself, and it says it represents your two sides as an artist and a person. So what's the difference between you as a person and you as an artist?
It's not just between like that right there. It's like it's a whole lot of ways I look at it in the alter ego. I wake up in the morning, bro. I live a million lives. So it's not just me versus myself. It's a whole bunch of us in this shit. It just comes down to like what I break it down to in terms of answering the questions myself. Like, you know how people usually look left and right. How you figure this out? Even if you're not asking questions, somebody's on the left side, on the right side trying to tell you the answers. And that's how I even grew up. Like, I was cheating on tests. So, you know, we can't cheat this time. We got a whole type of like environment where, you know, you got to depend on yourself nowadays. You got to turn this shit up. So that's why we here right now doing this me versus myself thing. Because, man, it's a whole lot of things that I just went through where I can't even, you know, just put it out there in the songs and shit, but it's deeper than that.
At one time, we couldn't keep A Boogie out the Bronx, right? You were home every other day. You were on the block every other day.
You know the craziest place in America is the Bronx and all of Florida. You do know that, right?
Nah, they be saying, yeah, I heard the low, you know. I heard the stories.
So what made you say, you know what, maybe that's not where I should stay alive? Or you still
Because I'm not dirty no more. I used to be dirty Bronx. I ain't dirty. I ain't dirty no more, so we got to change it up. I'm Hollywood Bronx. Yeah, so we got to switch that one up. Oh, God. We ain't dirty Bronx no more, so.
Remember when I said that French?
Hey, dirty Bronx.
The French was so mad.
Ex French, we going to Dubai, Saudi with it. We can't, you know.
Yeah.
We changing things up, you know.
I also don't think it's fair, though, man, because they bring y'all young artists fresh out the hood and just throw y'all in front of the cameras.
Correct.
Just throw y'all in front of the microphone.
Look at my eyes. Look. I got bags in my eyes right now.
You see your eyes, man. You had a good night last night.
I was installed. Look. They just told me I had they told me I had singles in my pockets. That stuff. I was installed. We threw that door.
Why you cuff the ones? Why you ain't let them fly?
I threw 30 yesterday. I threw 30 the day before yesterday. I ain't even know what this was. I thought it was hundreds.
What?
Yeah, bro. Like, yo, why you got singles in your packages? I ain't even know. Yeah.
You threw thank you.
Yeah.
They think I'm not gonna take this.
You throw it on.
Hold on. You threw 60 grand in the
2 days, 60 back to back. Cause I was gonna throw 27,000 since I turned 27. You know, we ain't going crazy like that. How we went before. Because we was in the strip club every day before, you already know. But now this time around, I'm just, you know, celebrating occasions, special occasions only. But 2 days is my B-day. That's why I'm jacking. So.
I want you, I like that. It's cool because you're young, you can live your life, but you should start flexing different, you know, throw that money at HBCUs, throw that money at mental health organizations.
I ain't going to tell them where I throw that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's places where they want to see me throw the bread into. That's kind of stupid. So I'm going to show them that. But what they don't want me to throw my bread into, I'm not going to show them that.
Oh, so when you actually donate to like real causes, you're not gonna let them know?
Yeah, I'm not. You say I just gave you that? I don't go up to bums. Like I said before in my whole life, I don't go up to bums and put them on camera.
You're not calling Charlamagne a bum, are you?
Nah.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
He know what he is.
Yeah.
When you put a bum on the camera and you give a $100 bill, like that's not me. That was never me.
I get it.
When I donate for whatever you want to call it, for my taxes or whatever, that's not me. I'm not donating for, you know what I'm saying? I do whatever I do for write-offs, but when I donate, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not me when it comes to all the publicity, extra for you know. But yeah.
What do you think about the music now and some of the music coming out of the Bronx and coming out of Chicago and coming out of these areas? It's very violent at times where people are talking about the stuff that they're doing. It seems like it's worse now.
50 Cent taught.
He said he taught you how to rob on your album.
I was 13.
Mentor, yeah.
I was 13 when it been like this. Role models, what's up? I'm trying. Word, don't follow me, but, you know.
So when they said you got an experience where you took 50 fans and took them through the Bronx to get a first listen to the album. So with that, what are you trying to show
Oh, no,
fans?
I'm doing that now. I'm doing like a tour, not a tour bus, but it's kind of like a bus.
Party bus, they say.
Yeah, like a party bus where fans are going to see me perform live on the bus. Last time I did it, I went around kind of performing for the whole Bronx outside the bus. We're going to do it like that too, but we're going to do a VIP package for the fans that's touch to touch, like I said, and we're going to be on the bus inside the deck, for me.
So what do you show them in the Bronx? I mean, because, you know, I don't want to say a place that you escaped.
We're going to go to Highbridge.
Okay.
Yeah, I just came from Highbridge. That's it. It ain't like, you know, I don't go to the block to the Bronx all the time. But, you know, it's like, who else do I know when it comes down there? Like, my friends still, my family still. You know, I got it. It's the industry and it's real life still, you know. That's why you got to treat this like business how it is. You can't get too comfortable and make that home like that, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
So you just want to show them, like, yo, this is what influences the music.
Exactly.
Got you.
It's not even that. It's just in my heart.
Are you ever
I'm
surprised?
not supposed to be
with-
out there. Like I'm not supposed to be on the block, bro. Look where I'm at. I'm not supposed to go back there. But real shit, I be like, that shit just in my heart. Sometimes you just end up there, you know.
Even when you see what happens to the other rappers, a lot of times when they go back to their own community,
Yeah, that's the
Boosie
thing.
legendarily said that most rappers get killed in their hometown.
Yeah, that's the thing that people don't realize when it comes down to mistakes that we seen from other fellows. You know, like it's like a year go by, 2 years go by, and we don't participate no more. We just bypass the shit. So it's like I just move militant though. So it's like forever and ever. Anything that happens, we add on, never subtract.
So when you see another incident, you like go get another security or
different than that. Yeah, even meetings.
Yeah,
back to back.
All right, we got more with A Boogie. When we come back, don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with A Boogie. I was going to ask, are you ever surprised with how strong your fan base is and continue to be? Like, you saw a lot of Apollo in 10 minutes.
Yeah, that core fan base is like, it's a hard thing to get. It took me a long time to build that, too. One thing I do want to say on that behalf right there is that I apologize to all my fans that waited for so long, and I would never do that shit again.
And why? But why? Why did they have to wait so long?
They didn't have to wait so long. I just, people go through their own things, and that's your problems. It was one of those, and I ain't gonna do that again. I ain't gonna. It's my job, like I said.
I was also gonna ask you right before the pandemic, you had your baby. So how was that pandemic? Because the pandemic opens up a lot, right? Because now usually you're on the road every week and you don't get to see your girl as much. You don't see your baby as much. But now
That
for
brought
2
me in.
years,
Yeah.
you're in the house, everything. So how was that experience?
That brought me locked down. Like I was in the house all the time, literally when the pandemic first started, and I ain't like how I got used to that. The best feeling in the world is waking up. You got your family there. Everything is all right when it comes down to that. Anything else outside the house and that's not family related, it's relevant, but it's irrelevant when it comes to the family first. So everything else is like less stressful when it comes down to everybody being happy inside the house. So
How did that make you a better person? Especially having a baby and being in the house that long, because you get to experience things that we didn't get to experience because everybody's on the road.
It made me ask so many questions about how long, like how much I should be there, things like that. Like I'm going on tour this February coming up, and I want to go on tour back to back, right? But I also don't like bringing my kids on the road with me. It's a dangerous world out here when it comes to certain places, especially with shows, thousands of people. It's too much going on, and I'm a paranoid person, so people do that, but I don't be doing it like that. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to it, it's just like whoever your personnel is, like do whatever you want to do. I don't like to tell people they supposed to do things a certain way. None of that.
I guess you got to look at it like you securing your kid's future.
Nah, for sure. It's deeper than that when it comes to kids' future. Because
these are your prime earning years. You on the road getting that bag.
We ain't just allowance. Ain't none of that no more. It's different.
Listen, when I call you to come perform for my daughter's birthday or something. Okay, you got.
You already asked. That was the question right there. No questions asked.
I'll pay.
Nah, you don't gotta give me nothing. We here. It's spin my. We here.
That payola.
That's against the law. I didn't hear that.
I'm right over there in Jersey.
I'm talking about when he in the club. He be in Dubai in the clubs. Low key.
He ain't no club.
He said Dubai.
He don't be in the club in Dubai.
He messed it up.
I go in the club out of the country.
I tried. He messed it up.
So for all your fans out there that about to stream your new album, what do they get from this album that they didn't get from the last album?
Last album, y'all didn't get the whole package of me. I dropped the album and everything happened. Pandemic happened, and I just I went out, turned the light switch off. This album right here, I really get to show y'all why this really so fire. First of all, I'm gonna let y'all hear it first when it comes down to it. I want that album to come out, and I want y'all to really, really tune in. This shit called Me Versus Myself for a reason. First song, again, food for thought. I need y'all to tune in. Every single word, tune in. That ass though, because I really be talking. And the motherfucking transition from artist, my first mixtape, to this album right here, I feel like the development is just too crazy to like bypass. If you're really a fan of the first the songs when I first came out, I feel like it's just too much of a development. So man, gotta tune in.
Did you take the opportunity for granted when you first got on? When you first got in the game?
Hell no. When I first got on, I was in the studio every single day faithfully, just like how I am now. But I was in there after I made my album. Next day, I'm still in there like I ain't make an album. I'm still like that. Like that's why I mean.
You were one of the first artists that didn't necessarily need radio. That you were one of the first artists that radio didn't matter.
Yeah,
Because you were streaming at alarming rates, and I just remember that you didn't care about radio. You didn't care if your record was on the radio as much, and you were one of the first artists that had a huge success without that.
Yeah, I remember me and bro was talking about that. Shout out to Vert, where me and bro had that conversation about that shit a minute ago. But when it comes down to it, that's why I say it's all on your personnel. Like every artist is, a different artist. Like you gotta really look at it. We can't all do the same things at all. So shout out to my boy Vert on that one right there.
Do you feel the success when you title a record "Drowning 2," the Water record? Does that put pressure on that record?
I just wanted to name it Water, to be honest, but we did that for a certain reason. Yeah, or
Streams.
Yeah.
With next year being Hip Hop 50, right, and 50th anniversary of hip hop, and of course hip hop was founded in the Bronx. Do you grow up differently, being that the Bronx is the birthplace of hip hop, or is it one of those things where it kind of goes over your head?
Nah, that tradition don't leave the Bronx. When you go there, it's like they gonna show you. You're gonna feel like you in the heart wherever you at in the Bronx, and like especially my neighborhood is like a really You ever been to a damn community center and and it's free food and everybody just showing love in that community?
Absolutely.
And you feel that love, and you in the Bronx or wherever you came from. It feels like that outside on my block, like literally. So like it's too much love, and the energy is what you look for. Well, you don't even look for the love, you look for the energy, and it comes through. So
yeah, we talk about the energy, and even on the album, you talk about your mentors and how 50 Cent, you love listening to 50 Cent, and we talk about sometimes a lot of the OGs fail the newer artists. Do you look at it differently when you look at some of these new artists coming up? Do you try to holler at them or try to give them guidance, if it's whatever it is, whether it's rapping, whether it's investments, whether things that you did wrong?
I do exactly what I'm supposed to, and on a point of view where I want it to be taught. Like I want to show people things after I'm done and I succeed. That's why when it comes to everything we were just talking about earlier, I'm not gonna tell nobody that and also like guide them wrong. Imagine I'm building a 90-story building in the city, half residential, half hotel type right now, and we talking about it. And 2 years later, you ask me what's going on with it. But that taking so long with them, condo board approvals and that I'm like, I'm in the middle of making all my plans. It's like 2-3 years later, it's like you can finally explain somebody like I succeeded in this shit. Not even succeeded yet. You finally got it running and started the way you want. And then years later, you got to tell somebody I succeeded. Only in music and certain things can you really tell somebody like, boom, because it's right there. I got to tell you, I made it. Real shit. You can't just guide people in the wrong direction and just be like, yeah, I'm doing this, and they gonna do it and up. You got to wait till you really finish and succeed in that to show you, especially if you're teaching your kids.
And especially after you get on. Once you get on and you popping and you no longer in the Bronx, if you still talking that shoot 'em up, bang, bang, that hood and you're not living right like that you're not going to get rewarded for that.
I'm just saying what people listen to nowadays when they come to all that. Like, you know what I make. But at the end of the day, you got to entertain. So people know what to do. People know what's right from wrong when I'm saying in my song. So I'm going to say whatever, but people got to be smart enough at the end of the day to have self-control too. Or it's not just, it's not just for me. So
let's get A Boogie out of here, man. He been up all night.
That's right.
In the strip club. It still smell like stripping.
I was in the club. He's smelling ass right now.
You just smelling ass right now. What's wrong with you? The album is out this Friday. Make sure you stream it. And don't forget. You can see where he never goes to the club. He's smelling that. And don't forget, March 4th, we're presenting A Boogie at the Barclays Center.
That's right.
So if you want your tickets, keep it locked, and we might have some tickets to give away before we get up out of here. Again, A Boogie, we appreciate you for joining us. What you want to hear? What you want to get into?
My favorite song right now. That Ride My Wave, you won't ever, water. That's my vibe right now. I ain't gonna lie.
Let's get into it. It's Water Drowning 2. It's A Boogie. Stream the album right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. All right. Good morning, everybody. We are The Breakfast Club. I'm DJ NV, Charlamagne the God.
Last rumor report, in this studio, which I can say confidently has grown to become an iconic studio.
That's right. Well, let's get to the rumors.
Rumor has it. Call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatty patty.
I'm gossiping.
This is the Rumor Report.
I mean, I guess we on The Breakfast Club. This is where the tea spills, right?
Right. On The Breakfast Club.
All right, last rumor report in this building, so I just want to, we're going to go through them fast because we got some stuff to say. So shout to SZA. She released her new album, SOS. Make sure you pick that up. Icewear, Vezo, and DJ Drama, Paint the City. You could get that. K Flock, he has a new project, the DOA tape. Snoop Dogg, Too Short, Ice Cube, and E40, Mount Westmore. You can definitely pick that up. A Boogie with the Hoodie, Me vs. Myself. We also got some singles that came out. YG, Lil Wayne, Tony Yayo, Lloyd Banks, Moneybagg Yo, Quickie. Shout to my brother Trader Truth. He dropped a new album today. Make sure you definitely stream that. Polo G, Shy Glizzy, Russ, Ari Lennox, My Favorite Things, and Little Tekka, Blessing. Those are some of the new music that's out and new albums that's out. So definitely stream your favorite artists.
I'm getting to all of that, but I definitely got to get to SZA. Definitely.
SZA. She got a record with Old Dirty Bastard that sound hard too.
All
right. Well, this is the last day, man.
This is our last day. Oh, first of all, it's our last day before the holiday break. We'll be back in 2023 with new episodes, but this is also our last day
in the studio.
In this studio that y'all have been watching for the past how many years?
I say 12. You say
it's 13, bro. We
13,
finished 12. We're actually in our 13th year right now.
Whatever you say.
It is though. That's what it is.
It's a long time.
We started December 6, 2010. It was just December 6, 2022. We've done 12 years. We're on our 13th year.
Okay.
Yes, we're on our 13th year. So this is our last day in the studio. Starting in January, we have a brand new location.
That's right.
Yes, it's, the evolution will be seen.
That's right.
And we have a space that we call the Black Mothership.
The Black Mothership is what we're calling it. Yes, and it has everything that we need. It's technologically. What's the word? What's the word?
I don't know what the hell you're trying to say. Technologically advanced.
There you go. Technologically
advanced. It is. And then don't get me wrong. I love this bando that we've been trapping out of the past 12 years.
Yeah, but this.
You know what I mean?
But this one is way better. It's better digital capabilities. We could actually interview people from
anywhere
wherever they are in the world, and it'll come in clearly. So we're super duper excited about a new space, a bigger space, and we were able to actually design this studio. So we're super duper excited about it.
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I'm looking forward to rotating, different guests next year. Salute to Angela Yee. She starts way up with Angela Yee next year as well.
That's
but
right.
I look forward to us rotating different guests. I look forward to us having the capabilities of having somebody sitting in the studio with us, but like you said, we could just pull somebody else up on the screen, That's
the dope thing. So if there's ever a situation where we might not know all the information, we can pull somebody on the screen, whether we're looking for an attorney or politically or anything, anything that we could talk, we could pull them right on the screen and do it immediately, which we're super duper excited about.
Yes.
We think that expands the show, and we're excited to, like you said, bring in some new people, some new talent, some young people, some celebrities, some podcasters, some comedians, a little bit of everything.
And thank you. What you gonna do during your holiday break? Anything planned?
I'm just relaxing.
Same.
I'm gonna sit down, relax with the family. I'm gonna enjoy my family. Of course, my daughter just turned 1, so I'm gonna enjoy her. I'm just gonna be playing, putting toys together, just relaxing.
Same. I have a colonoscopy tomorrow. So I'm on a liquid.
Colonoscopy?
What I said. My wife keep correcting me too. What do I be saying?
Colon.
Oh, like Kaepernick. Okay, colon. Okay, yes.
Colon.
I have a colonoscopy tomorrow, so I'm on a liquid diet all day today.
So you gotta take that pill and you're gonna be poo-pooing
What's
all
it
day.
called? The Sapper? It's something with an S. I forgot what it is, but I take that later today. Because when I went for my colonoscopy consultation about a month ago, they told me to come back when I was 45 because I'm only 44, but I have a history of it in my family. I found out, so I'm going to get my colonoscopy tomorrow. Got an apartment. I said I'm about to say an apartment. I got an appointment with the cardiologist next week.
Okay.
Got to make sure everything is right, and in order. And then I'm going to disconnect and enjoy the moment of the holiday season. Go check out a few Broadway plays. I already saw a Strange Loop by Michael R. Jackson. I'm going to see Top Dog, Underdog by Susan Laurie Parks. All these people are black, by the way. There's a lot of black people on Broadway. And I'm going to see Ain't No Mo. Salute to Lee Daniels, Jordan Cooper, and my good sister who I love and appreciate so much, Marvette Brito. I'm going to check that play out next week. So yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing, man. I'm gonna disconnect, enjoy the moment, and get ready for Breakfast Club Reloaded in 2023, baby.
All right, well, let's get to the People's Choice Mix. You got requests 800-585-1051. We're gonna start off with probably
Lee Daniels, Jordan Cooper, and my good sister who I love and appreciate so much, Marvette Brito. I'm gonna check that play out next week. So yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing, man. I'm gonna disconnect, enjoy the moment, and get ready for Breakfast Club Reloaded in 2023, baby.
All right, well, let's get to the People's Choice Mix. You got requests 800-585-1051. We're gonna start off with probably one of the only rap holiday songs. Not too many of them out
Feliz Navidad. Why ain't none of y'all rappers did Feliz Navidad over? Bad Bunny, what you waiting on? Is Bad Bunny a rapper? He ain't a rapper, right?
It's a Latin rapper, I guess.
Oh, Fat Joe, what you waiting on? One of y'all got to do Feliz Navidad over, yo. That record slaps. Greatest Christmas record of all time. What you about to play, Run DMC?
That's all we got.
Oh, Lord.
It's the Breakfast Club.
Great record, though. Classic.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
There's so many offers going on for the holidays, but one really stood out to me, Verizon. When you switch to Verizon, you get a gift for you and a gift to give. Might want to go check out your Verizon store if you're down to save a bunch of money. Morning, everybody. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, usually we do Donkey of the Day here, but today we're opening up the phone lines. Dr. Umar Johnson just stopped through, and we want to get some of your feedback on some of the things he was saying. Hello, who's this?
Hey, what's up? Good morning. This is Jay from Georgia.
Hey, Jay from Georgia.
What do you feel about Dr. Umar Johnson's conversation?
Okay, so I literally said this morning, I hope they open up the phone lines because I got something to say.
Say it.
Let's go.
I am absolutely tired of this rhetoric that Deion is supposed to be the face of the brand of. Like, HBCUs are notorious for mismanagement of funds at the top level, period. I am an HBCU graduate, so it's not like I'm just speaking out of turn. But at the end of the day, it was a lot of toxic behavior, organizational politics that was going on there at Jackson State that Deion has been speaking out about since before he made his announcement to leave. So there were problems there that needed to be addressed. None of it was addressed. None of it.
No, I agree.
They want everything to lie on the back of one man when at the end of the day, even myself as an HBCU graduate, so I'm going to speak on it, we barely support HBCUs outside of homecoming weekend.
That's right.
Let's just be clear. And, like, we need to, as a community, are responsible for HBCUs, not just this one man. But it's like, Dr. Umar, like, I usually can ride with him on a lot of stuff that he say, but, like, come on, sir. You cannot place the responsibility and the onus of HBCU survivorship on one man. The 3 years he was there, what other former NFL players, commentators, analysts came and put their neck on the line at a team, at a HBCU to coach?
You're right.
Well, I got to salute Eddie George, but, like I told Dr. Umar, HBCUs were chronically underfunded before Deion, and they're going to be chronically underfunded after Deion, and it's up to us, to make sure that these programs have the money that they can to sustain, because they got state underinvestment, low alumni contributions, low endowments. To me, a lot of that is us problems.
Absolutely. Hello, who's this?
Good morning.
What did you think about Dr. Umar Johnson's interview, brother?
With the Deion Sanders, I kind of disagree with his statement. Deion Sanders, I feel as if Deion Sanders have a vision up ahead of him. You know what I'm saying? Started with his son. He started coaching with his son in high school, and then he stayed after Shador went off to college. He stayed with the high school, and then his Shador's sophomore year in college, that's when they both went off to Jackson State. He stayed at Jackson State for 2 years. He got his credentials up. He did what he said he was going to do, including bringing back the championship. And now that he's done that, he decided to leave. And they want to criticize him. But my thing is, he didn't leave and go to another HBCU. He left and went to the Pac-12. The next step might be for him to go to the SEC.
Or even the NFL.
Well, you know his dream job is Florida State. I mean, Deion has said that from the beginning. He wants to go coach at his alma mater, Florida State.
Right. Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Saeed the One calling back, man. How you doing?
What's up, brother? What were your thoughts on Dr. Umar Johnson's interview?
I believe what he said, especially like with the celebrities and us as a people, I believe we can come together and like help ourselves. But I mean, what people earn is theirs. I believe that's theirs. They don't have to do anything. But I believe us as a people together, we can come together and stop asking for the government to do things for us, even though they owe us a lot that they can't pay. But I definitely agree with what Dr. Umar is definitely saying.
Okay. Now, I will say, as far as the government, when it comes to HBCUs, man, one of the reasons HBCUs are chronically underfunded is due to state underinvestment. So, no, you should be on your state's ass about, making sure they give up that money to the HBCUs.
Right. And if you want to see the full interview, you can check it out on breakfastclubonline.com. Dr. Umar Johnson was here. The phone lines are lighting up. So definitely leave a comment. We're going to be reading them. When we come back, we got the positive note and more. So don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. I want to shout out again. I know this is our last day into the new year. I want to shout out to everybody that came to our car shows over the year. I really appreciate you guys. We had over 100,000 people in attendance in all those shows. No incidents, no problems, no fighting, nothing. Just nothing but love. People bringing their families and all that. But I also do want to tell people, when you're out there and you're a promoter and you're booking things and just be careful, man. We need to own our own venues. Yesterday, I was talking to the NRG Stadium out in Houston because we started planning our next year run. We're doing 5 or 6 car shows next year. And as I was talking to the people at the NRG Stadium, shout out to them, the fire chief got on. And the fire chief's name is Xavier Williams. And he's a brother. And he got on and he was so disrespectful. And I really don't understand where the hostility and where the power trip comes from. So when we do these car shows, if you don't know, there's a couple of rules and regulations that we have to abide by. And some of them is make sure that your car has a quarter tank of gas, which we do. And another one is to make sure that the batteries are disconnected. Problem with some of these venues, and we haven't had a problem at any venue, but when you have some of these cars, a lot of times I honestly don't know where the batteries are. So when we're bringing in, like we brought in French Montana's Bugatti before, and we're bringing in Ferraris and Lamborghinis and things like that, some of these batteries are in hidden consoles, and when you disconnect these batteries, it really messes up the computer system. And I tried to explain that to the brother, and the brother went wild on me, man. The brother told me, well, your show ain't big. You got a little small show. Your show ain't special.
You're talking about your penis.
No. He wasn't talking about my penis. He was talking about the car show. And I had to black out on him, and I'm like, yeah, I said, you do understand the Meekum auction and the other shows that you're talking about are, multi-million-dollar shows, and this is a show created from a brother that looks like you for our community. So, yeah, I don't have mechanics on deck, Bugatti mechanics on deck that can unhook, batteries and stuff like that. And the brother's really disrespectful, and we went back and forth. But my whole thing is he didn't have to try to belittle my show. He didn't have to try to belittle what I was doing. He didn't have to try to belittle the people that come to the show.
That's true.
Because I don't care about anybody else but my people, and I want my people to be happy. I could charge $100 to get in and $200 to get in, but I try to charge as cheap as possible because I know I want my people to be able to afford it. Kids 5 and under are free. And when you come into my car show, everything is free except the food because, of course, the venue owns the food. But, the rides, anything out there that we do, we try to provide a service for those kids and try to make it a family fun event because a lot of times there are no events for families. There are no safe events, and we try to create that. So I just want to tell everybody out in Houston, if you know an Xavier Williams, fire inspector, special operations team for the NRG Park, you just have a conversation with him and tell him, brother, you need to do better. Because what I realized yesterday, and I realized it before that, what they say, all skin folk ain't kinfolk.
That's Angela Rye's favorite saying, all skin folk ain't kinfolk.
And I was very disappointed in you, Xavier. I just felt like, you're a brother that looks like me and probably from the same community as me, but you were the worst one on that phone. Everybody else on that phone was telling you, no, that's not true, but the brother was the one trying to belittle what I was doing and what we do in all these markets. So I just wanted to put that out there. So if you know Xavier, have a conversation with him. I'm sure a lot of my Houston family out there know him. To the point last year, shout to Lynn and shout to Trader Truth, where they actually had to call the mayor of the city to make things happen. And that's why it's always good to know good people in different cities. But I just wanted to put that out there. Hopefully we'll be back in Houston next year. But if not...
Well, I'm sure Xavier's phone will be ringing all weekend now.
Yeah, as they should. All right. And when we come back, we got the positive note. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. The guy we are, the Breakfast Club. We got to shout out to A Boogie for joining us today.
Salute to A Boogie. His album is out right now. Is it Me Versus Me?
Yeah, Me Versus Myself.
Me Versus Myself. Salute to A Boogie. Salute to also Dr. Umar Johnson. Make sure you go watch that conversation, his latest Breakfast Club conversation on YouTube. Also, make sure you stream my late night talk show, Hell of a Week, on Paramount Plus. It's streaming all weekend.
Yep.
And, man, this is such a bittersweet moment. And the reason it's a bittersweet moment because not only is it our last day, before our holiday break, we won't see y'all or talk to y'all again until 2023. This is our last day in what has become, I believe, I think I can say this, iconic studio.
Yeah, it is an iconic studio. And everybody who comes in here expects to see more when they walk in the studio. But it's iconic. This was our start. This was our baby. This is where we started everything. This is where everything happened. We slept on the floor.
Man.
We argued, we, made up. I slept under the console. There was a time when you slept under the console where we just tried to put on great programming and great content for you guys out there and try to be, evolve and be great men and women for our culture.
This is our bando.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we've been trapping out of the last 13 years. What Angela Yee has become, what DJ Envy has become, what Charlamagne the God has become was all because of this room right here.
That's right.
In this room right here. So, it's bittersweet, but, onward. You know, we're evolving on to, you know, bigger and better things. And in 2023, we will be broadcasting from what we have labeled the Black Mothership.
Black Mothership, yes.
The Black Mothership, baby.
That's right.
So we see y'all next year, man. And I guess my positive note that I'm going to end on is that God has a plan. God has a plan for everyone and everything. You just have to be patient and wait for things to fall into place. Feliz Navidad, y'all. Happy holidays.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?